These are 12 beautiful churches in Georgia. They spread all over Georgia. Some of them are easy to reach and some are difficult, as they are located in difficult location, on top of the hill, on top of the mountain, and also inside of the cave. And those make them more interesting, and this is also the reason why I come to visit. The first one is Gelati Monastery. Located near Kutaisi, it is one of the first monastery in Georgia. It's an exemplar of Georgian Golden Age, and because of the architecture, it's inscribed as UNESCO World Heritage Site. Second one is Bagrati Cathedral. It was built in 11th century. It's located on top of the hill in the city center of Kutaisi. It's a masterpiece of medieval Georgian architecture. It's considered one of the 4 great cathedrals of the Georgian Orthodox world. It was UNESCO World Heritage Site, but for some reason, UNESCO removed it from the list. Moving on to the third one, there is the Church of the Dormition. It's carved from the rock inside of the cave in the cave monastery site of Vardzia. The monastery was an important cultural center, a place of significant literary and artistic work. Dating to the 1180s during the golden age of Tamar, the Church of Dormition has an important series of wall paintings. The site was largely abandoned after the Ottoman takeover in the 16th century. Until present day, about 5 monks still live in the monastery. Every morning at 7, they ring the bell in the high arch. This cave monastery has been submitted for future inscription on UNESCO World Heritage List. And the fourth one is Amaghleba Church in the city center of Uplitsikhe. Moving on to the fifth, there is Metekhi Church. It's a Georgian Orthodox Christian church. It sits on the Metekhi cliff opposite the old town of Tbilisi. It was built between 1278 and 1289 AD. Exterior decoration of the church, traditional Georgian rock carvings, are characteristic of Georgian Golden Age. Continue to the sixth, there is Trinity Basilica that was built in the 6th century in the Uplitsikhe cave complex. It's an ancient rock-hewn town in eastern Georgia, about 10 kilometers east of the town of Gori. Moving on to the seventh, there is Ananuri Church in Ananuri Castle complex. It's about 72 kilometers from Tbilisi. It's surrounded by greeny hills with the view of Lake Zivanli. Continue to the 8th, there is Gregeti Trinity Church. It was built in the 14th century. Its isolated location on top of a steep mountain has made it a symbol for Georgia. It's situated at an elevation 2,170 meters under Mount Kasbek. It takes about 2 hours trekking from the town of Stefanminda to reach this church. The view of Mount Kasbek and its glacier will be rewarded. Continue to the 9th, there is St. George Church in the old town of Sighnaghi. It's a simple church, consists of a rectangle building and a separate circular bell tower. Continue to the 10th, there is Bodbe Monastery. It's a Georgian Orthodox monastic complex located 2 kilometers from the town of Sighnaghi. It was built originally in the 9th century, but it has been significantly remodeled in the 17th century. The monastery now functions as a nunnery, and it is one of the major pilgrimage sites in Georgia. Bodbe Monastery is nested among tall cypress trees on a steep hillside overlooking the Azalani Valley, where it commands views of the Greater Caucasus Mountains. Continue to the 11th, there is Hiero Martyr Abibos Nekresi Church that was built in the 6th century. Not far from Abibos Church, about 1.5 kilometers on top of the hill, there is a Nekresi Monastery. It was also built in the 6th century and it is associated with the 6th century monk Abibos. It's a Georgian Orthodox monastery in eastern Georgian region of Gregeti. The monastery was closed down shortly after the Imperial Russian takeover of the Georgian Church in 1811. After a hiatus of nearly 2 centuries, the monastery became functional again in 2000. There are 3 church basilica in the monastery that was built in the 6th and 8th century. Continue to the 12th, there is Alaverdi Monastery. It's a Georgian Eastern Orthodox monastery in the Gregeti region of eastern Georgia. While parts of the monastery was built in the 6th century, the present-day cathedral was built in the 11th century. It is considered of one of the 4 great cathedrals of the Georgian Orthodox world. At the height of 55 meters, Alaverdi Cathedral was the tallest religious building in Georgia until the construction of Holy Trinity Cathedral of Tbilisi. And the last one is Ikalto Monastery, was founded in the late 6th century. It's located about 10 kilometers from the town of Tel Aviv in eastern Georgia. There are 3 churches in Ikalto. The main one is Kwathaiba that was built in 8th century.